Hey butterflies, welcome back to another episode on my channel. Alright guys, so today we will be making some sopes. If you guys know what sopes are, great. If you don't, please stick around because oh my god, these are so fire. And I hope you guys can join me in making these at home or wherever you're at. But these are so fire and they hit every single time. So if you guys want to find out how to make sopes or just what they are, keep on watching. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button before you start watching. Okay? Okay. With that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so first things first is you're gonna need some chicken. So I defrosted my chicken already and I just simply bought some chicken thighs. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boil the thighs. I'm gonna use maybe about like 3. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wash our chicken. Alright guys, so you're just gonna get some cold water and run it over the chicken. And you just kind of wash it a little. It's always important to wash your meat. And then drain it out and repeat. This time you're going to fill up the bowl with water. But we are going to boil this now. Adding a little bit of salt. I prefer sea salt. A little bit, and then you're gonna put the lid on, turn it on to a high medium, a little higher than medium, and let that baby boil. All right guys, and now in a smaller pot, you're gonna get some dried chile. It can also be chile, like chili in a can, kind of liquidated, like kind of like tomato sauce, but chili sauce. It could also be that if you can't find these, but this is chile seco. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to break the tip off. I'm gonna do about 2. They're usually just for color. A tomato and then a tomatillo, and I'm gonna set this to boil as well. What this sauce is gonna create is the sauce that we need for our chicken. So we're gonna put the lid on and we're gonna turn it to say a little less than medium. All right butterflies, now we are going to begin the masa. So what you're going to need is some masa. Now before you guys start judging me, this is the only masa that they have here in Germany, so work with me. You're gonna need some masa, some flour, baking powder, vegetable oil, and some salt. Like I said, I use sea salt. And you're also gonna need some warm water for this. So let's get started. Okay, guys, so what you're gonna do first is you are going to get 2 cups of your masa mix. So here's 1 cup. You guys can see right there. Un vaso. And you're just gonna do 2 of them though. Okay, so here's 1. Like I said, this goes again to your measuring. You don't have to do it exactly. But this is like the serving size for like 1 person because you don't want to make too much masa because then it's just gonna be left over. We're going to need 1/4 of a cup of flour. So let me get my, whoa. I just washed these right now because I just bought them actually. So work with me. I'm drying them off. But here's my 1/4 cup. Add that into the mix. Okay. And now you're gonna do 2 tablespoons. I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And now we're gonna do 1 cup of warm water. But before we do that, I wanna start mixing the powders together. So let's mix that first. So grab your whisk and just mix everything together. Perfect. So now after that, we're gonna add the cup of water, so just some warm water. So here's my cup of warm water. And remember, just enough to be warm, maybe a little more than warm. Something your hands can handle, because this is where it gets fun. This is where we start mixing the masa with our hands. It's better to mix the masa instead of using any other tool, just because it just makes it, it gives it more love, okay? So let's start with that. So you're just literally gonna mix everything together. And you see how right away it became kind of that like soft, doughy type of thing? That is perfect. Oh my God. That came out so perfect right now. And just as you can see my hand, I'm grabbing the masa and I'm getting all the leftover ingredients that are left around the bowl. And you just want to bring that masa all together. So now you're going to feel that your masa is a little dry. So we are going to add 1/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. I'm probably not going to fill it up all the way to the top because I don't like my sopes that oily. So I didn't fill it all the way to the top. Here, let me show you. I kind of filled it like, kind of there, not there though, but yeah. So you're gonna add that in there. And now you're gonna mix it again. Now with the aceite, so it's smoother. Ooh. There we go. If it's a little dry, guys, you can always add a little more water too. Because you see, you don't want your masa to break. You want it to be soft enough to where it's not breaking. Like you see when I squeeze it, it's kind of breaking a little. I might have to need a little bit more water. I'm just gonna show you guys how much water we add when in a Mexican household. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a little bowl and I'm gonna fill it up with water, warm water, okay? So here's my bowl filled with warm water. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but this is how my mom does it. So what we do is we stick our hands in the warm water and we just add it as we're mixing. How do you know when your masa is ready? Well, that depends on your consistency and how you can tell yourself. But you can feel that it's dry. Masa is not supposed to be so dry. It's supposed to be a little moist. Kind of like, you know, cookie dough, but not as thick. There you go. We don't want it as thick as cookie dough. We want it, ooh, my chicken, my chicken. My chicken's over there having a moment. So I think our masa is ready. So now, and like I said, you're gonna get messy, guys. So, but let me show you how beautiful this little ball of masa is. You hear that? Spanker. She's nice. Look at that. All right, so our masa is done. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover it with plastic and save it until our chicken is ready. All right, butterflies, so while that is done, we are still waiting for our chicken. So we are going to cut all of our vegetables, one for our salsa and the rest of the toppings that I like to add on my sopes. I'm not gonna show you guys again how I cut my stuff. I am just gonna show you the ingredients you will be needing. Just because I don't like making my videos too long. And I'm pretty sure you guys know how to cut vegetables. So you're gonna need chiles serranos, rojo y verde. Rojo y verde. or as we like to call them in English, green long chili peppers, or the red ones. I like to use both to get a little cola. And then I like to use bell pepper in my salsa, just because it's more of a topping. It's not really like a salsa for spicy. This is more like a salsa picada. Other words, kind of like a pico de gallo, some people call it. So yeah, so green bell pepper. Tomato, I have one that I used last week. I'm probably gonna use 1.5. Onion, obviously, and some lettuce. All right, so let's get started, guys. Alright guys, so I have all my vegetables chopped up for my salsa. I have my bell pepper, my chiles, my onion, and my tomato. I'm going to throw them in a bowl and I'm going to add some salt, and then that should be done. Alright y'all, now time to cut the lettuce. Alright guys, the lettuce is cut. Now let's check on our chicken. It's almost there, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit more. So how you guys can tell it's ready to shred is what I do is I get a fork and I just break the chicken. If it breaks easily, if it breaks enough to where it seems like it's shreddable, then yes. See, you guys can start seeing that it's breaking. So yeah, it's still a little chewy because it's not breaking as easily. So this one still needs it because it has to be able to shred off easily. So we're gonna give it a little bit more time. So guys, it seems like our chiles and tomatoes are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. And we are going to blend them in the blender. With the same water, you're not gonna wanna dump it out. You're gonna add it into the blender in here, and you're gonna add your vegetables. And you are going to blend it out. Alright guys, and you wanna make sure everything is very well blended, and you are just going to be leaving the sauce there until our chicken is ready. Unfortunately, it's not ready. It will be, but not yet. Just a little bit more. Alright butterflies, so I gave the chicken another 30 minutes and look how soft it is now. It's now starting to shred without even really pulling it, so it should be ready. Alright guys, so I drained my chicken out, and now what I'm going to do is in the same pan, I'm just going to grab 2 forks and I'm going to start shredding it. If you have a hand mixer and want to shred it another way, all you. Alright guys, our chicken is now done and shredded. So now we are going to take it back to the stove, and you're going to add some vegetable oil in a flat pan like this, and you're going to turn it to a medium. Add some oil, should be good, and then add the chicken. Voila. Add a little chopped onion too for flavor, a little garlic salt for a little more flavor, a little bit of chili pepper to it. Give it a little more pizzazz, you know? And last but not least, a little black pepper, if you will. There we go. You hear that sizzling? Beautiful. Alright guys, so now that you guys can start seeing your chicken's getting some color to it, you are going to add the salsa now. Perfect. Oh my god, you guys have to see this. Look at that. That is what we want. Now we're gonna let this boil until it starts drying out. And you're gonna probably want to add a little more salt just because it got watered down a little with the salsa, but just a little. Because remember, you don't want to over salt it. And then you can always add salt at the end, like I said, if you think it needs a little bit more. All right, butterflies. So now we have our pan for the tortillas, el comal. We're gonna put it on the stove, turn it on high, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to start making our sopes. So break out the masa that you just made, and bitch, I hope your hands are warm because it's about to go down. So first things first, you want to start off by getting a small amount into your hand, probably around that size. Then you're going to start making a ball. You see, just making a little ball, and slowly but surely you're gonna play patty cake with it, back and forth, back and forth. But as my hands are flipping it, it's going in a circle. You see how it's going like 360? And that's how you are going to do it. And I like to keep it between my 4 fingers because that helps me balance it well. And that was not supposed to happen. Moving on. Anyways, so let's start over. So anyways, okay. So I like making my little ball like this. See? Just kind of mushing it into a little ball. Instead of rolling it, just kind of throw it back and forth in the palms of your hands. And with your 4 fingers and your palm, start pushing it down, and at the same time you're going to want to turn it. So pushing it and turning it at the same time. And see how you start getting a flat little tortilla? And then with this little tortilla, that's usually big enough, you are going to throw it on the comal. I probably should have made this one a little bit bigger, but it's okay. It's our first one. So you're gonna throw it on the comal, and then you're gonna leave it there. And once the bottom starts cooking, you're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna make indents on it. But I'll show you that right now. So let that warm up a little bit because the comal is still a little cold. Yes, and then make sure you guys have like a spatula or something to flip it over, because since it is masa, it is a little harder. I know we Mexicans, you know, we can handle the heat, but this is masa, so it sticks a little more, so I don't want you guys burning your guys' fingers. So continue the masa and the rolling and making a couple. I'm gonna make a couple more. I'm gonna time lapse it. If you guys need to go back to the steps on how to make the masa, go ahead and click that 15-second button back. If you guys need to re-look at how I made the masa and the sopes, go ahead. I'm gonna show you one more time, and then I'm gonna time lapse it because, you know, obviously I don't want this. This is the most important part of this video, so I don't want you guys fucking up on it. So let's make the little bolita. I'm gonna grab a little more this time. About that big. You guys see it? Bam. Perfect one. Alright guys, so I have 4 sopes on the comal, but first, my chicken over here is calling my name, so let's give it a little mix. And you see how it's slowly drying up? It doesn't have as much juice as it did when it started, so almost there. And we're gonna go to our first one, and boom. It's hard at the bottom. So once it's a little hard at the bottom, you can start making the edges. These ones I just put down, so they're not ready yet, as you can see, but this one was. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start by squeezing in the edges, and you're kind of gonna make a little, kind of like a little mountain. I'm just gonna do that to every one. You don't have to really dig your fingers in there, just a quick little whew, because it is hot, so be careful. I'm just gonna make a little mountain. Okay, see how I went in with my fingers all the way around? Now, you're just gonna flip them over. See, that one's done. Whoops, don't do that. That one's done too. Bam. So now it's gonna cook with the little mountain top that we made. These ones aren't ready yet, so now these are going to cook with the little top that we made for them. These aren't ready yet, so I'm still gonna give them a little bit more, but these are almost done. All right, guys, so our chicken is basically done. Once it starts drying out like this, where you can pull it back and there is no juice left, it is done. All right, guys, our sopes are done. So now let's start preparing them. All right, guys, so let me show you. I hope you guys can see me. Let me show you how I prepare my sopes. So I have my tortillas right here, or my sopes, I'm sorry, not tortillas. And you're gonna get some fried beans. I didn't vlog how to do these, but I will soon, so keep on watching. But the beans are optional, all up to you. It's not necessary. So just spread them on there. Like I said, your sope will taste fine if it doesn't have beans, but we love beans on our sopes. And I made black beans in case you guys are wondering why they're so dark. They don't have the regular Mexican beans that I like out here. And now we're gonna add some chicken, some of our chicken, some lettuce, some salsa picada, some avocado, some queso fresco, or whatever cheese you're working with, some salsa. If you guys want to see how I make my salsa, go to my YouTube channel and check out my salsa vlog. This is salsa roja, or salsa verde, roja, whatever. It's salsa. And then, last but not least, some sour cream. Look at this beauty. Oh my God, it's making me wet. All right, guys, now the taste test. So I'm gonna grab this one right here, and I'm just gonna go for it. Oh my God, fire. Woo! Another successful plate. Wow, so impressed right now. All right, guys, that's all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Like I said, like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys try this recipe out, tag me, whatever. Let me know if you guys like it. This video goes out to a very special friend, Mandy, that I met out here in Germany, and her sister, Jenny. So I hope you guys enjoy these sopes because I made them especially for you guys, and this recipe is for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, butterflies, and I will see you on my next vlog. I'm gonna stuff my face now.